Here's an activity when giving feedback. You first want to start with the positives. And this framework is using the Pixar framework. When they are creating movies and storyboards, this is how they give feedback. So, again, when you're starting with the positives, you want to think about what you really liked and how you would add. You want to provide examples from the person's work so that way they feel seen and heard. You also might provide that feedback sandwich where you say something that you like, and then you might give kind of a negative and then a back to that positive. You also want to make sure that you kind of feel like you're on their side. You want to make sure that that similar goal, because again, we listen to people that kind of view something the same way that we do, and so we want to provide positive and really starting with those positives of what you really loved about their project and using those examples from their project. Then we want to make it personal. This is where we use I statements. We don't want to generalize and say everyone feels this way. This is where you really want to just talk about the way that you feel about whatever work they did. And you rather not kind of say, like, nobody will understand. You might want to just say, I didn't understand. You can't speak for everyone. So, again, you really want to talk about how you didn't understand something about their project. And again, don't use those general statements. You also want to be very, very clear about different parts that do need to have feedback. So if you notice that in the video, you say, like, at the 30-second mark, that is showing that right at that 30-second mark, it could be funnier if you did dot 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 dot. Okay, so again, they're feeling seen because it's showing that at that point in that video, the 30-second mark, they know exactly where to go. They know exactly what you're talking about, and they're kind of able to reflect on what you're talking about. So again, you will really want to just kind of consider using time or parts of exactly where it's found in their work. So that goes back to that first step of really starting with those positives. But again, you're using those examples and you're just kind of thinking about what is it that could make this better and providing that suggestion or that advice. You also want to make suggestions. So you don't want to tell them the solution, right? You really want them to kind of think about, and so you're going to ask questions. This is where you might say, what were you trying to do here? Or what was your intent here? Or what are you hoping to achieve at this point? So again, you're kind of identifying those problems, but it's not your job to fix their work. It's your job to just to kind of make suggestions and kind of just hear their thoughts and ideas when it comes to providing that feedback.